14th, 2015. There's no audience here today, so I won't go over some of the stuff, but if we could turn off our cell phones, starting with me. And let's just call the roll.
David Borsak, Ed Bowen, Jeffrey Towns, Thomas Fortek.
Here.
John Hintz.
Here.
Steve Cummings, Kathleen Propp.
Here.
Gary Gray.
Here.
Donna Laurie.
Here.
Robert Weigert. Carl Nollenberger.
Moving on to approval of the minutes from May 5th. Do we have any additions or corrections or deletions?
Move approval.
Second. It's moved and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion clearly passes. Let's move on to item number 1. Grant private utility easement and grant private utility easement adjacent to 2200 Badger Avenue east of Universal Street.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome.
Wisconsin Public Service is requesting the granting of an easement through a vacant city-owned parcel west of and adjacent to 2200 Badger Avenue east of Universal Street. And Bemis Corporation, which is located at 2200 Badger Avenue, right in here, is planning an expansion of their industrial site, which will require underground transmission of gas and electrical services across city-owned property, right in here. And to provide for the transmission of these services, a 12-foot wide easement is being proposed by Wisconsin Public Service so that the utilities may cross the city-owned parcel and be connected to Bemis's facilities. And the proposed easement area would be 12 feet wide, starting along the lot line that Bemis has and heading west 46.2 feet to Universal Street. And the easement is necessary so that Bemis Corporation may expand their operation and further improve their business. And here's the easement document. And the Department of Public Works has reviewed the proposed easement and reported that the easement will not conflict with city utilities. And staff recommends approval of the granting of the proposed private utility easement as requested.
Okay. Any technical questions from the group here? Seeing none. Nobody here in the audience. So back to the commission.
Move approval.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Okay, call roll.
Hintz.
Aye.
Propp.
Aye.
Gray.
Aye.
Laurie.
Aye.
Fortek.
Aye.
Motion carried 5-0.
Moving on to item number 2, extraterritorial 2-lot land division certified survey map at the 3600 block of Nakaimai Avenue in the town of Nakaimai.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a land division located in the town of Nakaimai, approximately a half-mile south of the Oshkosh city limits and about an eighth mile east of U.S. Highway 41, or I should say Interstate 41. Up on the screen, this is the highlighted subject property. The overall size of the lot is 35.2 acres in size, and with proposed lot 1 being proposed to be 5 acres in size, and lot 2 being proposed to be 28.96 acres in size. In addition to the lot creation, they're also going to be dedicating a portion of right-of-way of Nakaimai Avenue, which amounts to 1.24 acres in size. The current zoning of the property is A2 General Agricultural District, which is a Winnebago County zone district. Currently, the land is used primarily for agricultural uses, with the exception of some metal pole building on the southwest corner of Lot 2 and a cluster of a couple of outbuildings located at the southeast corner of Lot 2. Proposed Lot 1 is currently vacant. The reason for this request is to enable the owner to sell off proposed Lot 1 to a potential buyer for a industrial use. The proposed industrial use was not disclosed on the application, but the city's comprehensive plan recommends this area suitable for industrial uses, so the proposed use is consistent with the city's comprehensive plan. And staff looked at this proposal and doesn't have any concerns with the proposed new use, being the close proximity to Highway 41, and then just to the east, to the west of Lot 1 is more or less a industrial type storage use, so the use is consistent with the area. The Department of Public Works reviewed the proposed CSM and doesn't have any concerns with the lot configurations, but they did note on the DNR's surface water website there are indicator soils located on the site. Kind of sometimes from aerial imagery you can tell with the darker soils that that is oftentimes a red flag for potential wetlands. So they are recommending that a note be put on the final CSM stating that a wetland delineation be conducted prior to any type of development or construction. Other than that, staff is recommending approval of the 2-lot land division as requested.
All right, technical questions from the commission. All right, seeing none, nobody here from the public, so back to the commission.
Move approval. Second.
Barry got it first.
Yep.
Any discussion? Any discussion on the motion? Okay, call the roll.
Jens,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Ray,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Wojtek.
Aye.
Motion carried 5-0.
Item 3, do you want to do these together?
Yeah, I'll run through the land division
Okay.
first, then go back to the
right.
right-of-way dedication.
3A is 3-lot land division certified survey map located at 3101 Elk Ridge Drive. 3B is street right-of-way dedication of Elk Ridge Drive from West Walcow Avenue to Ruffed Grouse Way.
Thank you. This is a request for a 3-lot land division and right-of-way dedication for property located at 3101 Elk Ridge Drive. Up on the screen, I have an aerial photo of the site. The site is part of the Hunter's Ridge development, which is a mix of multifamily apartments on the west side of Elk Ridge Drive and condominium developments on the east side of Elk Ridge Drive. This development began, I believe, in the early 2000s on the east side with the condominium developments, followed by apartment development on the west side of Elk Ridge, which began in 2007. The subject site is zoned R3, multiple dwelling district, and is surrounded by a developed single-family subdivision to the west, some agricultural uses and development or undeveloped areas to the south, and then Bergstrom's complex over to the west, and mini warehousing, which was built a few years ago. And then to the north side of the subject site is the Universal Business Park. The next page here. The petitioner is proposing to divide the subject site into 3 parcels, lots 1, 2, and 3. Lot 1 being on the north side, which is the largest size, kind of an irregular shaped stepped parcel, proposed to be 8.2 acres in size. It's considered pretty much completely developed, containing 5 8-unit buildings, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I'm sorry, it's 5 8-unit buildings and 2 6-unit apartments for a total of 52 dwelling units on the site. Proposed lot 2, just to the south and between lots 1 and 3, is proposed to be just under 5 acres in size, more or less rectangular in shape. This photo is a little outdated, but it does currently contain 3 completed 8-unit buildings with 24 units. And according to future plans, they're proposing an additional 3 8-unit buildings. The current conditions also have shared on-site driveway accesses leading to the Lot 1 to the north and Lot 3 to the south, as well as to Elk Ridge Drive over to the east. And then lastly, proposed Lot 3, which is the southernmost parcel, is currently undeveloped, just over 4 acres in size. Future plans show it to be developed in the future with 1 6-unit building and 2 8-unit buildings with a private drive, again, leading to Lot 2 and another driveway leading onto Elk Ridge Drive. The proposed lot configuration meets the subdivision regulations, and staff doesn't have any concerns with the parcel layout. I'm going to go to the next drawing. This is the actual CSM map it's been submitted to the city with a close-up on the right side showing the the existing conditions. Again, Lot 1 showing all the existing buildings, and Lot 2 showing the 3 completed buildings and the 3 additional buildings, and then undeveloped Lot 3 showing the 3 proposed buildings. Staff obtained CAD drawing to verify that all the buildings meet the current setback requirements. In the R3 with a two-story multifamily building, it's required 10-foot setback. We verified that, so all the lot lines meet that requirement. We reviewed the density requirements that's allowed in the R3, and they've well exceed the density requirements as far as dwelling units. During review, we obviously noted that these connections of the private drives leading across Lot 2 into Lots 1 and 3 is going to result in a 0-foot setback. That is allowed per code as long as cross-access easements are reviewed by the city attorney and recorded at the Register of Deeds. We conveyed this concern to the developer and the petitioner, and they've already prepared the appropriate documents which have been recorded, so that item's been checked off our list. So staff is in support of the 3-lot land division as proposed. And then going on to Site B for the street dedication. Back to this photo here. Then the second part of this request is for the official dedication of Elk Ridge Drive, which runs north-south from West Waukau Avenue down to Ruffed Grouse Way. It's proposed to be a 60-foot right-of-way, which is consistent with the comprehensive plan's recommended 60-foot width for a local class street. In 2008, a portion of it was constructed from West Waukau down to about just past the midpoint of Elk Ridge Drive. The Department of Public Works is requesting that the developer complete the southern portion as required by a developer's agreement that was approved by City Council a number of years ago. In addition to the completion request, the city is also requesting that the letter of credit with the city be renewed or extended to ensure that the paving of Elk Ridge Drive is completed in the near future. Public Works and the Transit Department reviewed the dedicated or proposed dedication and does not have any concerns with the layout, and staff is in support of the street dedication as requested. So with that, I'm sorry, there are 2 conditions. Item A, we are recommending approval of the 3-lot land division as proposed with the 2 conditions: that the developer shall comply with the approved developers agreement to finish the construction of Elk Ridge Drive, and the second condition being that the developer shall renew or extend the letter of credit with the city to ensure that the construction of Elk Ridge Drive is completed. And the second item B, staff is recommending approval of the street dedication as proposed with no conditions.
All right, thank you very much. Technical questions. Let's start with John, Gary, and then Kathy.
Where Elk Ridge Drive is going to the south, when they complete that, is Ruffed Grouse Way actually completed? Because it looks on the map kind of like it's unfinished, unpaved, so is it just going to be leading into basically like a...
I believe it's in a gravel state right now.
I believe that is a gravel road right now. Yes.
Is it, so, I mean, and I know it doesn't pertain necessarily to this project, but I mean, what are we looking at as a timeline for having that? I mean, it just kind of seems weird to ask them to extend it when...
Typically, streets are supposed to be constructed within 3 years of utility placement. I'm not sure what that timeline currently is. Do you know when the utilities went in on Ruffed Grouse?
It's been over the 3-year point, which is why we're asking for the letter of credit to be extended.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, just so we're in the process of finishing it off.
Gary?
Yes, I noticed that this area has 2 different zonings. Will that situation still continue when this line division is made, or?
The staff was made aware of that for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but the zoning did not change when the developer purchased the property and began the development. Currently, there is a finger of C2 general commercial district, which extends down, actually crosses over the existing apartment buildings. We reviewed this, and we could require them to do a zone change, but in the near future, with the zoning update, the city's going to adopt a whole new zoning map, and it will be addressed at that time.
Okay. Okay, are we going to vote on each item individually, or are we going to vote on the two items together? And I guess I would personally prefer voting on the items independently, because one of the items doesn't go before the common council, the other one does. And it's just a little bit confusing in my mind.
Or I would do them
Yeah,
individually.
separately.
Okay. Kathy?
Two questions. First of all, we won't be seeing this again because it looks like the project will meet our subdivision requirements, and so the Plan Commission won't be looking at this again, right?
No. It's a straight R3 zoning. It doesn't have a planned development over the top of it, so this is your one kick at it.
And also in this residential environment, we don't ask for stormwater.
I believe.
The subdivision as a whole does have regional stormwater management. It's located just off the south end of the west end of Rough Grouse Way. That stormwater management plan was approved at the time the original subdivision concept was prepared.
Okay, so it meets, this will be included in that, and it will be adequate.
Yes.
Okay, great. That's all my questions.
Any other technical questions? Seeing none, off to the non-existent audience, bouncing back to us for discussion. Any further discussion or questions for our distinguished gentleman up front here?
Yeah. Motion to approve item 3A.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, let's call the roll on item 3A.
Hens,
Aye.
Crop,
Aye?
Ray,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Wojtek.
Aye.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right, do we have a motion on item 3B?
So move.
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Hens,
Aye.
Crop,
Aye?
Ray,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Wojtek.
Aye.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right. Is there anything else we need to know before we call it quits?
No. Nice short meeting.
All right.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed to that? Thank you. Okay, we're done.
Good work, Mr. Chairman. Good work.